Employers use this urine test to screen for controlled substances such as illegal drugs or prescription medication. Now, if House Bill 208 passes, the Hilltoppers sang all over this campus. They even recorded their first hit right behind me. So next time you walk up the hill, you'll probably pass something that holds an interesting piece of history. What many would consider a tragedy, Anderson views as a new challenge in life. He's used his experiences to help fellow veterans by becoming a spokesperson for USA Cares. The excess money goes into energy-saving projects around campus, like the new natural gas boilers and these occupancy sensors, so when the room is empty, the lights turn off. Wine is made all over the world, including Kentucky, like this one from Owenton. Now, something you may not know is that Kentucky actually has a really rich history in winemaking. During his second tour in Iraq, Brian Anderson's life changed forever.
I remember everything about the explosion. It was October 23rd, 2005, and I had both my hands on the bottom of the steering wheel, my left leg curled up underneath my right leg, and my right leg down, driving. And the next thing I saw was smoke and fire coming through the door, and it actually cut my legs and my left hand off instantly.
Anderson woke up 7 days later as a triple amputee.
When I woke up, it was like roll over and die or move on.
And he did just that.
The first thing that I wanted to try was snowboarding again, because I really like snowboarding. And I had these prosthetic legs that are snowboarding legs, so I was like, let me see if I can do this. I'd go 10 feet and fall. I'd go another 20 feet and fall. And then, so I started to get it, and I was like, I can do this. And then I was like, well, I wonder what else I can do. And it turns out that there's not a lot that I can't do.
What many would consider a tragedy, Anderson views as a new challenge in life. He's used his experiences to help fellow veterans by becoming a spokesperson for USA Cares.
USA Cares is a veterans organization. They help post 9/11 vets with anything, really, in their time of need. Anderson
has also landed several TV roles, and his story has been featured in major newspapers. As for his future plans,
I don't really have any. I'm amazed at everything that's happened so far, and I can't imagine what's going to happen in the future. So I'm just really excited, and it's been working for me.
No matter what path Anderson takes, he will always live life to the fullest. Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Kresslein. Drug testing is something that most of the working class undergoes during the hiring process.
It's random, but usually I get drug tested about every 2 months.
Welfare recipients, however, are not drug tested before receiving government subsidies. In the hope of protecting taxpayer dollars and helping people with drug problems, House Bill 208 came about.
It's something that I think resonates with taxpayers, the hardworking folks who are out there working hard every day. If you have to have a drug test to get a job, why shouldn't you have to get a drug test to get government assistance?
Bowling Green State Representative Jim DeCesare went on to say not every welfare recipient will be drug tested. Only those who social workers believe are under the influence of drugs will be screened. If results are positive, those welfare recipients will not immediately lose benefits.
There would actually be, I think, a 30-day window where they would be retested, and if they're still positive, then they would have to go into some kind of rehabilitation program. They would still have another, I think, couple of weeks to get clean.
Employers use this urine test to screen for controlled substances such as illegal drugs or prescription medication. Now, if House Bill 208 passes, this is the same test that will be issued to welfare recipients to ensure that they aren't using food stamps or government money to buy illegal drugs. 36 states filed legislation similar to this last year. However, only Arizona, Florida, and Missouri passed this kind of law. House Bill 208 must be passed in committee before obtaining a vote in the full state legislature. Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Kresslein.
Here are 4 youngsters from Western Kentucky State. I'm trying.
Music like this probably won't be found on the typical college student's list of favorite songs. But one WKU student has a special connection to this band. Sophomore Spencer McGuire's grandfather is Don McGuire, one of the singers in this pop vocal quartet named after WKU's mascot. WKU librarian Sue Lynn McDaniel says this band, the Hilltoppers, were normal students until they got their start right here on campus.
You have a young man who's been a student at Western who writes a song and he wants to record it. They bribe the night watchman on Western's campus to get inside Van Meter Auditorium. They have a friend who takes it to a record company, Dot Records, and asks that they listen to it.
Dot Records released the Hilltoppers' first song, Trying, and it became a hit.
The Western students lined up to use the telephone. They kept requesting the song over and over and over again. That's what caused Bill Stamps to think, oh, we've got a hit here. The Western Kentucky State College students love it.
In just 4 months, the Hilltoppers were invited to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show to mark their first live performance. This appearance also created a signature look for the group.
Beanies and the sweaters, I love it. They wanted to wear tuxes, but he said, Mr. Sullivan himself made them wear the sweaters and beanies, and they weren't too happy, but I mean, from the Ed Sullivan Show, I listened to the man.
This wardrobe choice not only became the Hilltoppers' style, it also impacted the colors of WKU.
We were red and gray prior to the 1950s, but when television first came and it was black and white television, you had to have a contrast. A red sweater with a gray letter doesn't show up on a black and white television.
The Hilltoppers sang all over this campus. They even recorded their first hit right behind me. So next time you walk up the hill, you'll probably pass something that holds an interesting piece of history. Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Kresslein. Blake Lane is not your average wine enthusiast. He's a certified specialist of wine, one of only a handful in Kentucky.
Had a lot of interest in wine and just saw it as the next step. And then I took the exam, certified specialist in wine, and passed it on the first time. At the time, I was one of the youngest in the country.
To become certified, a person must take a 100-question exam that covers detailed aspects of wine and wine making.
Well, it's a study of all the different wine regions in the world, all the different grapes that are being grown, the different laws and regulations that go into wine production. It wasn't hard. You know, it's easy when you love it.
This certification has helped Lane travel the world studying and tasting wine with some of the real experts.
I've traveled all over Spain with Jorge Ordóñez, who's the top importer of Spanish wine. And then I did France with Kermit Lynch, who's the top importer of French wine. And there I got to taste with Albert de Vallon, who is probably the best living winemaker today.
Wine is made all over the world, including Kentucky, like this one from Owenton. Now, something you may not know is that Kentucky actually has a really rich history in winemaking.
Most people don't realize that Kentucky actually had the first vineyard planted in the United States, which was 1799 in Jessamine County. And before Prohibition, we were third in wine production.
Lane is currently working towards a master's degree and hopes to teach viticulture at WKU. This could help bring winemaking back to Kentucky. Reporting for News Channel 12, I'm Kresslein. I like it.